Hey folks, this is Evan from Stock Music Musician, and this video is brought to you by beatproduction.net. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to get more out of your samples. And as a thank you for watching this video, beatproduction.net is going to give you 10% off of your purchase of any of their samples. Just use the code STOCKMUSIC when you go to checkout. I'll put the link down below. In this video, I'm going to be using 2 of their sample packs, Infinite Trap Volume 1 and Trap Ghosts, and we're going to look into how you can just get way more out of your samples. So let's dive right in. Okay, the first thing you need to know, almost every single sample you use is normalized. So the first thing you need to do is turn down your samples to get the most out of them. What does it mean when you normalize a sample? Well, essentially, it means that all samples, no matter where you buy them from, are mixed and mastered in such a way that they peak at maybe negative 0.1 dB, maybe negative 1 dB, somewhere in that range. So like I've got a loop here from their Infinite Trap collection, and let's just pull up this MV meter plugin here. Or we can use the master bus, but let's just do this and hit play. So this loop is peaking at 0.2 full scale, and on this it's going at plus 12, but 0 really I think is at negative 18. That's confusing. Anyway, the main point of it all is that this is too loud to really work with and get good results. What's your compressor going to do? What's your maximizer going to do? How is this going to interact once you put drums behind it? It's all going to blow out your buses and everything. So I recommend using a free plugin like this MV Meter 2 to turn down your samples so that you can get the most out of them. A lot of you might be saying, well, I work on a digital DAW, none of it matters. Headroom still matters in a digital DAW, even though you can't necessarily clip. And also, if you're ever going to be using any analog style plugins, and I'll just do an example of a really good one here, you're going to get really bad results. So let me just use this UAD ATR 102, a great tape plugin. And if we're hitting this tape so loud, you'll hear what's going to happen. It's going to break up because that's what it's modeled to do. Now, it sounds cool in this instance, but if that's not the sound you're going for, you're going to be really frustrated by all of the extra noise that you're getting. So to turn it down, what I recommend doing is getting a plugin like MV Meter or using the meters in your DAW, but for especially something like a loop, this gives you a more useful average, and basically just use either a gain plugin or clip gain and just draw it down until it says 0 here. So that'll get you at about the right level. So if we hit play, oops, you can see what the max is going to be. Minus 12, okay. So if we turn it down by 12, now it is the right volume. We can use it in our mixes, still have a bunch of headroom. When we stack all our tracks together, it'll sound smooth and clean. You should do this with all your loops, all your one-shots, and just make them sit a little bit better. So now that I've done that, let's go to some of the drums that I put to this, and I'm going to tell you a few more tips. So first of all, so that sounds okay, but that's not getting the most out of your loop. So the first thing I'd recommend is really experimenting with tuning your loop. So let's try transposing this down by 4, and you'll see it come alive. It's already darker and more interesting. And now I've already done this, written this out, so now the 808 is tuned to be in key with that. So now let's listen. Let's also try messing around with the tempo of the loop. So this is all still just, the first step is to turn it down. The second step is to mess around with tempo and speed to get somewhere in the vicinity of what you want. That's a little slow. And that's about right. So there you have it. 3 ways to get more from your samples without doing anything too crazy. I'll probably do some videos in the future where we really get much deeper into flipping samples, adding effects and resampling them, because that's a whole other game in and of itself. And that's really where you get into the juicy bits of sampling. But I really hope you found this helpful in helping you get up and running and getting the most out of your samples. Be sure to check out beatproduction.net and use that coupon code for 10% off. I'll put that down in the link. It is Stock Music. Have a great one.